Yeah, this committee should come from a wide variety of talents and backgrounds because they want as much insight and feedback as possible. So this group will then be tasked with a plan for what reparations will look like, how much they will be, and who that money will go to. The next step toward justice for African Americans in San Francisco has been taken. Applications are open for locals who are interested in advising a reparations committee to come up with a plan to pay residents directly or fund programs for those who are descendants of slaves. The president of the NAACP San Francisco chapter, Reverend Dr. Amos C. Brown, pushed for the funding, pointing to modern-day inequality and California's dark past.
Unless, as African Americans in the city of St. Francis, there is equality of opportunity, but we haven't had it. I know I haven't witnessed it in the 45 years I've been in this town. And before, as I cited historically, Peter Burnett was determined from the very beginning that we will be kept in a state of denial and not accepted as members of the human family.
He's referring to California Governor Peter Burnett, who in the 1850s tried to ban African Americans in the state. More than 170 years later, the San Francisco Human Rights Commission is now tasked with finding 15 people to fill vacant seats on a diverse advisory committee, each member representing a specific background. For example, one seat for a senior over 65 years old who has lived in a predominantly African American community, one for a formerly incarcerated individual, another for a formerly homeless person, and a small business owner principally serving the African American community, along with a former San Francisco resident who was pushed out because of gentrification.
It is going to be a hard conversation to have, and it's not going to make everybody happy, but I think it's great to be a part of a movement that is starting to actually do more than just talk about it, but actually dig down and potentially allocate some resources to address the harms that have been done over the years.
Davis says the San Francisco County Board of Supervisors has already allocated $100,000 for the advisory committee. A decision has yet to be made on where the money for the reparations will come from. Supervisor Shaman Walton had suggested using income from the city's marijuana taxes because Davis explains many Black community members were incarcerated over it. And although legally it can't be required, both Reverend Dr. Brown and Davis agree the Black community can and should speak for themselves. Advisory committee members will be paid about $500 every month and should expect to dedicate 2 to 3 hours once a month for 18 months. If you're interested in applying, you can head over to our website, cronford.com, for those details. The Human Rights Commission really wants, again, a variety of input here. So they're looking into other backgrounds like tech, venture capitalists, as well as African American historians. So hopefully people out there who are qualified candidates have some time to put back into their communities.
So it might be about 18 months before they come up with some kind of a plan?
The timeline was actually 24 months, so I don't know why their work is kind of done by 18 months, but eventually it will end by 24 months with that plan. That's a deadline.